Las Vegas is not a typical destination for 3 days and tres noches, so we are no means Las Vegas experts, but we were recently there for a concert, so of course we had to bring you a review of where we were staying, which was the Resorts World Las Vegas by Hilton. We grabbed a taxi. As you can see here, they have a taxi line. They make it really easy and the line goes very, very quickly. And the Resorts World is a little bit further away, so it was around $40 from the airport to the hotel. I'm sure there are much cheaper options. Again, this being one of our first times in Las Vegas, we wanted just to make it as easy as possible. Resorts World is not on the main Vegas Strip, which we loved, and I'm so glad that we stayed here for the concert. So if you are going to a concert at Resorts World, definitely consider just staying right here at this resort. And then, as you will see later in this video, we did take a taxi into closer to the main strip, so you can do that as well. This hotel has 3 different sections. It has the Hilton, just the main Hilton, then it has the Conrad and the Crocksfords. So the Hilton is just their entry level. Conrad is a little bit upgraded from that, and then their Crocksfords is their VIP luxury hotel. Now, our first impression of this hotel was not that great because in check-in we had some issues. We had opted for the Conrad section, so a little bit of an upgraded experience. We booked through hotels.com, which they use Expedia. And I always say this, that sometimes you should just book right through the hotel, even though you might get a little bit of a better discount because something like this might happen. When we went to check in, they told us that they were overbooked and they had to put us back in the Hilton section. They gave us a $50 credit and said that we were in this upgraded room in the Hilton section. And as you will see in just a minute, that it really was just a regular room. So I did push back a little bit more. They did give us some credits, but I'm finding that anytime you book through a third party, the hotels and the resorts do not like that, and they can't really do anything to help you. They just blame, the fact that you booked it through a third party. Just keep that in mind when you're booking this hotel, really any hotel when you use a third party. My recommendation is just to go through the hotel directly, maybe even tell them some of the prices that you are seeing, see if they price match, because through my travels and experience, I am finding that you get much better customer service when you book through the hotel directly. So let's get to the room. So despite being downgraded to the Hilton side, the room was really nice. It is the typical layout of a Hilton hotel room, but this resort was built in 2021. So it is a brand new resort. So everything is clean and brand new, which I absolutely loved. Now just remember that everything is extra. You have to pay extra for anything in the room, like the snacks and the drinks and everything, and they're very, very expensive. So I'm going to show you later. Right across the street, there's some places you could go to get water and other places to get snacks. I loved the pools at this resort as well. In fact, we do a whole other video just about the pools, give you a walkthrough. But real quickly, I love the fact that it was more subdued than a typical Las Vegas pool experience. So you can actually relax. It's very clean. Like I said, it's on the newer side. They had some fun activities. And it's also, just keep this in mind, that a lot of families were there. So we saw a lot of kids. They actually have a whole other pool just for children. Now, in terms of food and drinks, they are everywhere and anywhere at this resort. So they have a ton of restaurants, they have a ton of bars, and you really never even have to leave this resort if you don't want to. Now, we only ate in a few places there, but I have to agree with a lot of the reviews that we did not really get a good meal while we were there. But with that being said, again, we only tried a few restaurants, and we didn't really try any of the restaurants at night, the nicer dinner restaurants. Really excited that they had a pizza place on site at Resorts World, but it was really not that great. So I was disappointed because I would have been happy eating pizza for every meal. A new underground tequila bar opened while we were there called Jalisco Lounge. We really did like that. It had amazing drinks and the vibe and the atmosphere was awesome. Now, right across the street is the famous Peppermill Diner. So we did walk across the street one day looking for at least a better food experience. It didn't blow us away, maybe a little bit better than Resorts World, but in terms of prices, the prices were very similar. They do have a really good vegan ice cream shop, which we tried on our way out. It was really, really good. So don't pass that by. Definitely try out the vegan ice cream shop. So our favorite food experience was actually off the resort. It was called Cassie Beach House at the Virgin Hotels. We did Sunday brunch there. I definitely recommend it. The vibe was off the charts. We had amazing food and amazing service. And our Uber driver was the famous Vegas know-it-all from TikTok, which was really cool. So make sure you follow her. She knows everything about Vegas, and she will even do personal tours for you as well. So you can follow her and reach out to her directly on TikTok. Now, a really quick tip about the Starbucks there. They have two Starbucks that are located at this resort, and they get wild. They get crazy because they also host a lot of conventions here. So in the morning, everyone's trying to get up, get to their workshops or their meetings or whatever. So download the mobile app and order a mobile pickup order about 30 minutes before you need your coffee, and then you just walk up and get your coffee. You don't have to wait in line. And of course, they have a casino right there. You can't film in the casinos. But this is as close as we could get. We don't gamble, so we never even step foot in it, but of course they have casinos right on site. Other things that the resort has on site is they do have high-end shopping stores in that same little area with the restaurants, and then they have a spa that's a huge draw. We did not use the spa, but then right across from the spa, they have a fitness center, which we did use, and it was a really, really nice fitness center. I have to say it's one of the nicest fitness centers that we've ever been to in a resort. And of course, the concerts are the biggest draw, which was why we were there. So we had a great experience attending a concert there. Again, if you are going to be going to a concert here, just consider staying right here at the resort because you literally just walk downstairs from your room. You're right there. You don't have to Uber anywhere, or worry about any of that. Now, overall, if I ever had to come back to Las Vegas, I would definitely stay at this hotel again. First, I loved that it was more subdued and it was off of the Vegas Strip. I loved that it was newer, so everything was clean. And I loved the pools. I really just loved the vibe at the pools. Now, one really important tip and something I'm definitely going to do next time if I ever go back to Vegas is have the taxi driver stop at a liquor store on the way to your hotel. So it's actually something that they do as part of an incentive program. So they will stop and then you can get a bottle of liquor and then make drinks in the room. Also stop at like a Walgreens or a CVS and get water and snacks as well. Also, the lines at this resort to check in and check out can get really, really long. So another tip is to download the mobile app. You can actually check in right from your phone, and so you can avoid those long lines. Now, I do answer all comments and questions. So if you have any questions about this hotel, just drop them in the comment section below. And be sure to check out some of the shorter videos where we just do some quick walkthroughs of other areas of the resort and in Vegas.